Good evening, everyone. You're welcome to tonight's episode on marriage can be sweet and enjoyed. I want to thank everyone for coming online and joining this live program. You're all welcome. Last 2 weeks, that's on the 10th, this episode started, and it started with God knowing that we are, sorry, with God being the founder of marriage. Is a creator, and marriage is actually sweet because God is the originator. And whatever it is, however it goes, the God factor in the marriage is very, very important. We as individuals need to remember that. And our scripture was taken from the book of Genesis 2. God made man and made the woman as his helpmate. This is just to let us understand and to let us know that one complements another and not in separate ways. So tonight we are going to be continuing, and I just want to let us know that marriage comes with its challenges, and also it comes with blissful moments. One thing we should always remember is that marriage is the only school you receive your certificate first before you start learning. There are lots to learn in marriage. It's all about two imperfect beings coming together to make perfection. And we should not forget that the more realistic we are about the commitment and self-awareness, marriage takes the better equipped part, which will be experienced in our daily life. So once you've made up your mind that I'm getting married to this person, or you're already married to this person, the experience is what matters. It is not a conclusive episode. It is a daily episode that continues, and which is our reality. The best thing one can ever have is having a good foundation. So many marriages have cracks today because the foundation is wrong. What is the basis of this foundation? So tonight we are going to be looking at some ingredients that actually makes up the foundation. We have a lot of bakers around, and they will not just put the pan in the oven without adding some ingredients to make up that cake. For a cake to be sweet, it has its ingredients, and that's how it is with marriage. For marriage to be sweet, there are lots of ingredients. The Bible says, if the foundation be destroyed, what will the righteous do? This is a question that we do ask daily, because the foundation is very important in anything anyone is doing. And for marriage, we all need to be sensitive when it comes to marriage, because it is a lifetime episode. Every day is an episode. Till one leaves this world completely as a married man or a married woman, everything you see or do keeps coming to the end of time. Foundation is a key to every relationship. Remember, it's how you lay your bed, that is how you lie on it. So there's no magic anywhere. Marriage is not a bed of roses. We all need to understand that a lot of things will happen. Yes, a lot of things will happen. How prepared are we to carry out this thing? And for those that are already in marriage, your foundation can be corrected if it's wrong. If your marriage is laid on the wrong foundation, it can be corrected. Yes, it can be corrected. It's not too late. Most people are giving up on themselves, giving up on their spouse because of certain things that has happened or that is happening around them. All you need to know is that as long as you still have love, feelings, the intimacy is there, then you can change some things, you can correct it. Some marriages are not that bad, they just have a crack. Now, you just have to rebuild that foundation. And what are you building on? You're building on the intimacy, you're building on the love, you're building on the ingredients that still exist in your marriage. The first ingredient here is intimacy. We all know that intimacy is the drive behind getting married. You cannot just see somebody and just say, I want to marry you without an attraction. There's this intimacy that has attracted your heart, your mind, your spirit, soul, and body to such individual. And it is important to keep it alive. Intimacy, it's not all about sex. No, it is also about sharing feelings and fears. What are those fears? What are those feelings that you actually have towards your spouse? That's where intimacy comes in. It's that intimacy that keeps the bond going when the downs come. Yes, we have ups and downs in marriage. When the downs come, that intimacy, that's why so in some marriages, you actually see that no matter how there is misunderstanding, nothing can separate the spouse because of the intimacy that is built in that marriage. We are engaged to our partners. We are engaged not just physically, but emotionally, psychologically, and otherwise. The care, the concern, and the love must be alive. That's where intimacy stands in the marriage. The second point is commitment. Commitment is more than just mere words. Remember this, we're talking about the ingredients to a solid foundation in marriage. Commitment is more than just mere words. You need to ask yourself, am I willing to sacrifice? How much sacrifice can you give in this marriage? How much sacrifice can you give? Commitment is doing it right. Yes, doing it right. Always standing for the right. You need to sacrifice a lot of things, including being right. Are you committed physically? Are you committed financially? Are you committed emotionally? Are you committed spiritually? Yes, spiritually. Sometimes people will say it's not about being too spiritual, but you can never remove the spiritual part of marriage, it's very important, because as you're bound together on earth, so it is in heaven. You're also bound together with your spouse in heaven. Are you ready? You ask yourself daily, for those that are not married, am I ready to make certain sacrifices? Because I need to be committed. Another point, we need to have solid intimacy, which is openness. We all have our flaws. We all have our flaws. We all have our differences. There are things that we cannot share with anybody, but we can share with our spouse. And this is bringing us to openness, transparency. Yes. You don't allow your spouse to know some things about you later that will kill the love or the trust that your spouse have for you. You need to be open. Oh, I used to have this family thing, oh, and lots more. Or so thing comes seasonally, and I'm also affected. But when you're silent about it, it actually brings distrust, which can cause a big crack. And that crack can lead to marital damage, which we don't pray for. So that mutual understanding needs to set in, because openness is involved. You need to be yourself. You need to be real. If you're a playful person, you don't need to hide yourself. If you're the type that have bad eating habits, it is from being open that your spouse will know that, okay, this person is not perfect in this area, and I need to work on. We tell ourselves the truth. We are not perfect. You cannot find an 100% perfect spouse. No. You can get 85% perfection, and you're to work on the remaining 15%, because openness has made you understand, oh, this is this person's flaws, and I need to help work on it. When you're not open, then you sow a seed of doubt, anxiety, and resentment. Unforgiveness steps in when one discovers that my spouse is not real to me, and a lot of damage comes in. Our next point is trust. Trust means a whole lot in marriage. I used to tell people that care to know. I said the word is not I love you. It's I trust you. In a relationship, if there is no trust, I will not even advise for those that are on this live streaming or that will watch later. Please, if you're not married and you're about to get married, but you don't trust your spouse or your partner, or you realize that, oh, as a lady, the man doesn't even trust me, we're having a problem, and it's just based on trust, please, just step aside, because that marriage will be a death zone. There's nothing you will do that will please the man or the woman. Nothing. Because trust has already been deleted from this whole marital progression. So being able to depend on your partner is a common expectation that makes the marriage successful. Yes, that's trust. I'm depending on you. I give my all to you. I'm totally committed to you. My life is in your hands. It's trust that can make a woman say, I'm staying with this man, or a man say, I'm staying with this woman for the rest of my life, and you're safe there. So whatever it is, however it is, you should always breed trust. Any relationship that trust is lacking, I repeat, is a death zone. Once there is trust in your marital foundation, there is peace. There is peace. There's no room for doubts. There's no room for fears. There's no room for misunderstanding that does not make sense. There are certain things that will cause arguments. There are certain things that will cause one to actually say, oh, I'm not comfortable because I don't know where my wife is, or I don't know what my husband is doing right now. It's because there is no trust. It's because there is no trust. A man can travel, a woman can travel, and because there is trust, the journey will be smooth and peaceful. But once there is no trust, there is this unrest, and without any quarrel, you just know that putting up some action, there is misunderstanding already. I pray God give us the best wisdom to manage all this if it is lacking in our marriage. Our next point is honesty. Honesty is just all about the truth. Always being ready to say the truth. Always being ready to say the truth. Building your marriage on lies breeds obsession. Obsession comes in when there is no honesty. You see that the man is hiding certain things, or the woman is hiding certain things. And now there is that fear that comes in all of a sudden. Nothing is happening, but you just have this fear of the unknown, because honesty is lacking in that marriage or in that relationship. The more you lie, the more obsessed you become. The more you lie, the more obsessed you become. The more you want to put up certain actions that are not called for. Love does not lie. Love doesn't lie. Obsession comes in when the truth is hidden. It brings the marriage to an end emotionally. So when the marriage is all about lies, you just realize that, oh, the lady is no more interested, or emotionally, she's dead to that marriage or dead to that relationship. Another point that is very important are the super ingredients to a marital foundation is understanding each other's differences and boundaries. We are bound to have differences, so we should always be ready to accommodate these differences. Remember, we did not grow up together in the same home, even the same siblings from the same parents do have their own differences. Even twins from the same womb have their differences. All we need to understand is accommodating those differences. Some things get corrected in the course of the marital journey. And sometimes, if not corrected, you just have to live with it. Yes, you have to live with it. Some persons cannot change from certain behaviors or attitude. You might have a woman that nags a lot or shouts a lot, and that's the way she's wired. You might have a man that is always quiet. That's the way he's wired. If it is not corrected, maybe you don't like it. You just have to live with it. And if you understand that this person's boundary needs to be respected, there will be limits to certain marital disturbance or misunderstanding. We need to understand our spouse emotionally, physically, psychologically. That's where the boundaries come. Sometimes you want to be alone. It's not like you want to push your spouse away. No, you just need that time for yourself. You just want to be alone. You just want to have some personal time. And when that is understood, everything goes smoothly. You convey your love towards each other by acting accordingly to that which suits you both. You need to understand and respect each other's boundary. Understand and respect each other's boundary. One important point we need to note is forgiveness. Forgiveness is an essential ingredient that should not be managed or lacking in marriage. For the singles, ask yourself, how much can I forgive? Even the Bible says 70 times, 7 times, which means that we need to forgive in advance because misunderstanding will come, offenses will come. Maybe you're the type that don't like certain things and you just get offended at everything. You need to prepare yourself that you're not going to be alone in this journey. Somebody else is always also going to be with you. Oh, I like things being straight. I like the environment being neat always. You are not married to a scattered spouse. How do you manage it? Will you be quarrelsome at all time, or you're ready to forgive and let go? Are there things that will get you worried later in life? You need to prepare yourself. Marriage is a long time journey. It's not what you go into and pull out from immediately. No. There are lots to consider. There are lots to watch out for. You need to make up your mind to forgive in advance because offenses are bound to arise. You let go of negativity. It gives room for peace and harmony. Forgiveness gives peace of mind. Forgiveness eliminates resentments. Forgiveness breaks room for harmony. You need to Consider that in your marital journey. Resentment has caused a whole lot of damage in marriages. Resentment has caused revenge in marriage. May God help us. Thank you so much, Vicky. Thank you, my husband. I love you too. Thank you for this opportunity, giving me this platform to discuss this. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you for joining us. Thank you. Now, the next point we need to consider before we wrap up is being a good listener. For you to show empathy in marriage, you must be ready to listen and imagine your partner's point of view rather than yours. Listening makes you think rationally. You need to listen carefully. Sometimes, of course, people are not patient enough to listen. They conclude easily. There are lots to be said. But if nobody is listening to you, then you're alone in your own world. All we need to understand is when you don't listen to your spouse or your partner in marriage or in your relationship, words will be swallowed. And those words that are swallowed might be heavy. The day the reactions will come, and then you would have missed out in so many things because you did not listen. And because you concluded easily, not thinking about your spouse's own point of view, then you would have lost out in certain things or giving your spouse room for future explanation, which should not be so. So be ready to listen. Be ready to listen. Both to your wife, to your husband, be ready to listen. A lot are to be said. Open your heart, open your mind. Even when you're tired, just listen. Communication. This is actually the first step in every relationship. When you meet your husband or you meet your wife for the first time, what will you do? You open your mouth to say something, and that's where it all starts from. Communication is key in every relationship. You know a lot about your spouse when communication is solidly approved. There are different kind of communication methods in marriage. In series to come, we'll be talking deeper on this communication method in our series to come on this platform. But one thing I want to let you know is, no matter the matter, always communicate. Communication is key. That is one solid key in every relationship. Without communication, there will be no togetherness. There will be no togetherness. Communication is key. And lastly, conflict resolution. Every relationship has its ups and downs. You need to derive your own method of resolving issues, conflicts, instead of making a mess of your spouse. You need to be very careful the way you talk about your spouse, the way you resolve issues. Do you go about reporting, oh, I'm going to get married to this girl, or I'm already married to this person? How much of conflict resolution? What's my method of resolving our issues? What's our method of resolving our conflicts? When you start reporting, the error starts. Are you going to continue that way, or you're going to find your way around it? So in marriage, there are lots to understand and there are lots to learn. Always remember that the foundation of your marriage is important. There are things that will happen or you hear about some marriages. The first thing your mind should go through is, how did they start? This started from their relationship or their courtship, but it wasn't properly managed. And in the journey of their marriage, they're having these issues because they cannot have a proper way to manage it. May God give us the right insight to certain things. And please don't forget to drop questions if you have any in the Distinguished Men of Honor inbox. Your questions will be attended to by God's grace. I want to thank everyone that has joined tonight. And for those that will be watching the video later, thank you. Because the video will be on the page. So please don't forget to join us in our next episode. Still on marriage can be sweet and enjoyed. Indeed, marriage can be sweet and enjoyed. All you need to do is have the right mindset. And don't forget the God factor in your marriage. God is the originator of marriage. The devil will fight. Know it well that the devil will fight, because marriage is a good thing and it is sweet, but the devil will fight. So how do you manage it when the devil comes? Just stay glued to this page. Stay glued to the page. We have a lot to learn from and a lot to share out. God bless us so dearly. And I pray that our marriage will continue to experience great and better sweetness. And for those that are praying God to mend the cracks in their marriage, may God Himself visit your home and amend every crack. For those intending to get married, God will not let you down. May your marriage be sweet and beautiful. God bless us all as we continue in this journey. I love you all. Thank you so much, my beloved husband, for giving me this platform to share. Thank you.